तो आज के इस सेशन में वी वुड लर्न दैट कैन वी क्रिएट गेम्स यूजिंग सी प्लस प्लस। और मैं जानती हूँ आप ये सुनकर सुपर एक्साइटेड हो इस सेशन से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस, क्वेरीज और अपने डाउट्स क्लियर करने के लिए, और आप इसके बारे में बहुत कुछ जानना चाहते हो। सो गाइज, विदाउट एनी फर्दर डिले, आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट आवर ambassador who would give us the input about the same. So, with a warm heart, please welcome Kanishk.
Hi, I'm Kanishk. I'm 16 years old and my favorite programming language is C++.
That's great. So, Kanishk, are you excited for today's session?
Yeah,
Okay, all the viewers that have joined us today, if you guys have any queries for me or for Kanesh, this is your chance. Write it in the comment section, and on your behalf, I would ask the questions from Kanesh. And do not miss this chance, right? So clear all the doubts that you have. So let's see. Kanesh, some viewers are saying hello to you. So hi to all the viewers that have joined us.
hello everybody.
So without any further delay, let's move to the very first question that I have in my mind. What is C++? Okay, like
C++
what
is
do you think is C++? What do you define C++ as?
C++ is a very popular and old and powerful language which is used for making very enterprise a lot of enterprise software like operating system, databases, and Android, Microsoft Windows, and so C++ is a very versatile language and used for many purposes.
Okay,
Like
so that was great. So thank you so much. With that, we have some questions from our viewers. Movie World is saying that he has a question for you. So go ahead, you can ask the question. Next, Sammy Coates has, can I develop games on 4 GB RAM?
yeah, if you
That's
would go
the
with if you would go with 2 GB, I mean 2D games, you can develop using Coco's Creator. Well, if you go with 3D, you can't. You need a expensive PC for that.
Okay, so for Stanley code, I would give basically, if you want to develop 2D games, you can develop it using 4 GB RAM. But if you want to move forward to 3D games, then you need bigger RAM, right, and better features,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Right? Okay, that's great. One more question from Movies World. Now the question is, bro, how much programming is required to make a game?
Uh, I would suggest your kids to learn, not learn basics of the languages provided in the documentation, or do a crash course on that, or follow a roadmap which teaches you programming. First, try to become a better developer, work upon some project regarding that languages, and then jump to a game engine or a framework for developing game.
Okay, that's great, and that's a very helpful tip. We have a question from Meher Suleiman, and the question is, should we learn two languages at the same time? I would give
Uh,
an answer to this first. My answer would be, first, you should focus on one language. You know, there is a very common kahavat in Hindi that, you should not put in two boats at the same time, right? Otherwise, you would fall down. So you should focus on one language, and once you have grasped that, then you should do the second language that you want to do. So what are your thoughts about this?
wholeness skills perfection. So I would suggest to learn one languages because a language is capable of doing certain things which other languages it can do. For example, we can make games using Python and C++. So I would suggest to learn C++ because C is hard to grasp and will teach you very fundamental. And Python is easy to learn, but something you will miss which could make your program run better, but you will fail. C++ is fast, so I would suggest to learn C++, and then if you are not able to compose the certain things, then you should learn other languages.
Okay, that's a very good suggestion. That for getting a good grasp and good knowledge, you should start with the basic languages C and C++, and then you can do Python, right? Now, guys,
Yeah.
we would take a small break and move to my questions, and then we would come back to the comment section. So you can leave your queries here. I would not miss out a single question. I would clear all your doubts today. So with this, let's move to my second question, and it is a very important question that many students have. Like, why did you choose to learn CPP? Like, there is
Uh,
option in the market like Java, Python, and then we have C. Like, why did you choose CPP among all the other options?
it was my childhood dream to learn C++, and C++ is not only limited to the software, but it also goes to hardware like Arduino. And if I wanted to change my expertise to hardware, then I could easily go to and like Tesla and SpaceX rocket was coded in C++. And secondly, whatever I dreamed of creating, like operating system, own game engine was pretty much built in C++ alone and some other languages. So it was my childhood dream to learn this language.
That's great. And you give so many examples where C++ has been used, right? And I know
Yeah.
that, many students would be happy to hear about this. With this, let me move to my next question, which was the target of today's webinar. The question is, can we create games using C++? Like, can we
Yes,
use
we
to
can.
create it?
Yes, we
Yes,
can because
that,
it is the pretty much standard for creating games for games like PUBG, Fortnite, and Clash of Clans and Fall Guys were created using Unreal and C++, and there are other frameworks like Raillib, STD2, and game engines like CryEngine, Unreal, and OCD3, which allows us to make games.
okay, so basically you told us that there is Fortnite, PUBG, then there is Clash of Clans. These are all the popular games, right? And all of
Yeah,
them are developed using C++. So maybe this
uh,
is a new information for many of our viewers. So guys, all the popular games, that PUBG and Fortnite is super popular, and Clash of Clans is also very popular. All these
it
games
was
are developed
Clash of Clans was
in
made
C++.
using two languages, Objective C and C++.
Okay, so guys, so nowadays some people think that C++ is a very old language. So they think that it cannot be used to develop games and all. So the answer that you gave have excited and given them the reason that the bigger games that are in market nowadays is developed using C++, right? So thank you for your response, Kanish. And let's go to the comment section and let's check for more questions. The next question is, which software do you use for making games?
If you don't have a good PC, go with Unreal, go with Unity, and if you have a good PC which is capable of run heavy games, go with Unreal.
Okay, that's great. So for a good PC, use Unreal, and for a little bit weaker PC, you can go with Unity, right? Okay. Now the next question is, bro, I am learning Python right now. It's good to learn Python before learning C++.
It's depend upon you, but I would suggest to learn C, then go with Python because you lose some basic things which is not available in Python. But deep down, Python was built using C, so it will affect the performance of your program. So I would suggest learn C, then jump to Python, and if you're learning to continue to learn and try to follow a good tutorials for it. And
Yeah, even yeah, yeah,
yeah,
speak, speak, speak.
one of the basic thing I hate about Python was that uh, you cannot go for if you are learning machine learning, yes, it goes for enterprise programs. Python is not the
Okay, so basically in Python you get many built-in functions, right? Most of the things are predefined, so you just need to use them. But sometimes you when you just use them, you don't get the logic behind them, right? So that is what you are trying to say, right?
and if you learn hard thing first, then the easy thing will be a piece of cake.
Yeah, correct. That's a very good point. With this, we will leave the comment section and come back to my questions. Don't worry, guys. Keep on asking your questions. I would ask them again from Kanish. So with this, my next question is that you referred the word unreal, right? So what is
Yeah.
unreal?
Before answering what is Unreal, I would like to answer what is a game engine. Game is a engine is a software which is used for making games, and it have built-in environment that makes your games making game process far much faster and easier. It include a 2D renderer or maybe a 3D renderer or a physics engine, a animation system, and a sound system, which makes your process of making game way faster. And Unreal is the one of the best game engines available in the market, which holds the Guinness World Record of best game producing engine and holds many awards of best engines for years.
Okay, so that's great. So basically, Unreal is a gaming engine, right? And it holds many awards, and even the Guinness Book of World Records, it's on Unreal's name, right? So, guys, Unreal is the gaming engine that is very popular, and you guys can use it to develop games. Now, with this, let me move to my next question, and my question is, why did you choose the Unreal platform for game development? Why not go with
As I
Unity? Why Unreal?
as I said earlier, a game engine, this is a best game engine in the market, and the game engine not best because it have a use features and it's because it have a big community, proper documentation and tutorials, which makes learning. And if you're stuck at a problem, you can go to and ask with the community, and they will help you. So my choice was Unreal because it has a better pricing and is capable of and as said earlier, games like Fortnite and PUBG were created on it, so pretty much it attracted me to Unreal.
Okay, so like bigger games like PUBG and Fortnite were created using Unreal and it already held many world records, correct? So that is all
Yeah,
that attracted you towards the Unreal platform. With that, it has, it helped you in, tutorials and all and solves the
yeah.
queries very quickly, right? So that's very good. And guys, that is the reason why Kanishk prefers Unreal platform over Unity. With this, let's move to the comment section again and let's take your doubts. So one of the question is, can we make modes using C++?
What? Let
Can can we make mods using? I think with mods he means modules. Like in Python, we develop
mods for
modules.
games, mod for games.
Yes, yes, yes. That's
Is
what he means.
I have no idea for it, but I know like mods for Minecraft is built using Java. So I guess the language which was built upon the game which was built upon the language is used for making its mods.
Okay. With this, Meher has a question for you, and the question is: I am learning C++ from my college, but I want to learn JavaScript. So, what should I do?
JavaScript is an easy language. You should go on YouTube and search learn Java or learn Java crash course or go to Google and learn Java. It is easy language and you can go for free code camp course. Google freecodecamp.org and you will go to a website. It has a very good explanation and hands-on practice with JavaScript.
Okay, that's a very good suggestion that Free Code Camp is present where you can learn JavaScript with all the information given there. So I hope Meher you got your answer. Other than that, Movies World is suggesting that C++ is the best language. So with this, let's move back to the questions that I have for you. And my question is a very genuine question that all of us have. The question is, did you face any difficulties during your programming journey? I would give you an example. Like when we are small kids and students, we have a lower concentration capacity, right? We easily get diverted to different things, right? Like cartoons, mobile phones, So, and even, when we are stuck at one point, like we are not able to think what to do next. So we get easily frustrated and we tend to leave things at that point, right? So did you face any kind of these difficulties during your programming journey?
Actually, a lot. If I mention this session would be small, so I would highlight some of this. When I learned my first programming language, there was no. I self-taught myself and was Python. I learning Python as my first programming language.
Okay,
So
you
I
learned Python as your first language, right?
yeah, no, it was high level language. My first level language was back when I was in class 6.
Okay, okay. Okay, continue with the difficulties that you
So
faced.
first difficult I faced what I learned Python, and there was nobody to tell me you are capable of code. So I used to watch tutorials and follow guides, and wasn't able to create my own. One day I got very angry, threw off my Wi-Fi. Unless and until I could create a program, I'm not going to connect to internet. And within 2 hours, I created a program which manages file. If
Okay.
you paste a file over there according to his name, it sort it. And the
Okay, so basically
difficulty,
so
second
basically you
difficulty,
remove the distraction, right? You remove the Wi-Fi. So till I solve this thing, I would not go online. Okay, let's move to the second difficulty.
I would answer all. Second part, which I faced difficulty was having no guide, having a no proper roadmap or idea. As I learned, learned 10 different languages because I wanted to create something. Sometimes I want to create a website, and sometimes I want to create Android games, Android application. And again, I want to create a website, and then finally, I am here with the game. And the second thing I would say, if you are learning something, have a roadmap. If you are learning a DSA, so Google, Google, Google कर लो कि D, okay, Google that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
roadmap for
Sure.
DSA and write it down on a page, and one by one follow YouTube tutorials or Google on Geeks of Geeks. Learn, take, and unless and until you complete the roadmap, don't learn anything else. That will affect increase your efficiency of learning or something.
Okay, that's great. So basically, you learned 10 languages because you didn't have proper guidance. And someday you
Yeah,
wanted to make websites, someday you wanted to make games, someday you wanted to make Android application. That's very interesting. And what you told is very important that, if you don't have a roadmap, roadmap is very important. So nowadays,
yeah,
roadmap are available online. So you guys just need to choose a language. For example, you want to learn DSA. So you just need to search roadmap for learning DSA. They would provide you an entire roadmap, and you just need to follow it step by step. So thank you for this information, Kanish, and I hope this is helpful for all our viewers. Guys, this is your chance to ask Kanish questions. So guys, don't miss out this chance. The comment section is open. Just ask any question that you have. With this, I would like to move to my next question. And my question is, how much time do you put daily into learning, practicing game development in Unreal using C++? Like daily, do you put 1 hour or 2 hours? Like how did you do this?
depending upon situation, like my board examination are here, so I'm not been developing or doing anything related to computer for 6 months. And something that I would suggest is to have a daily target. If you can accomplish that daily target within a time period, then give how the total amount of time you have, like you completed within an hour, give your rest 23 hours in game development. Else you don't have, else you are not able to capable of completing, so then answer would be no. And secondly, I averagely give 3 hours a day, and depending upon situation, I give no hour, no, for month I don't sit, or for like 1 hour in examination.
Okay, so basically, you set a target for daily, and if we have achieved that target in that time duration, right? So this is a good suggestion that you should set a daily target, and you should try to achieve it. Other than that, initially you used to sit 3 hours, right? But
Yeah,
now, as you have board exams and they are also important, so you just, you are not focusing much on it, correct?
yeah, yeah.
So this is, yeah, that's very good. Now with this, I have a question from one of our viewers. Meher has a question. Suggest me something to learn C++. Like, what do you suggest? How should we learn C++?
I suggested earlier Google a roadmap and follow it. And first, like you learned how to take basic input to create and calculator. learn oops, create a bank account system for like you can create users account through inputs and manage money. And third, if you learn like advanced, go for like Relic to create games. And if you are capable of creating good games, and if your target is to make games, then go with Unreal. Or if you don't have a good PC, go for CryEngine, and that answer.
Okay, that's great. So, Meher, I hope that you got your answer. And with this, I would like to move to my next question. And the question is, have you created any games using C++? Have you made
Yeah,
any of your own games?
I have not made any of my dream games. I have to learn a lot. It took a year to make a game, and I'm working upon my dream game. For I have made games like tic tac toe and
Okay.
spherical balls with a temple run, but there is a spherical ball, a car game, and
Very
basics
good.
games which I'm not proud of sharing right now. I'm working upon a game right now.
Oh, that's great and best of luck. And I hope that you create your dream game very soon. So, best of luck
Yeah.
for that, Kanish. With this, I will move to my next question. And my next question is, what strategy did you use when you got stuck on any part while developing a game? Like you got stuck, you're not able to understand what to do next. So, how did you solve that thing?
As I said earlier, Unreal have a huge community, so I go and hang out. Like there is a Discord server known as Unreal Staker, and I go there and hang. And there are people who make a living off of it, means they earn money through it. So they pretty much know and have a huge experience, years of experience with that engine. So they help me out.
Okay, so you go to their community in Discord and you ask them to resolve you or
Help,
help you, correct? So that's
yeah,
great, that's great. Now with this, I would like to move forward to my next question. But before that, may I just saying thank you to you for the guidance that you provided. Now
yeah,
with
welcome.
this, question that I have for you is, how did you manage school with learning programming language, right? Because school is
I don't.
also super important.
Yeah,
You cannot leave it behind. So how did you manage it?
I stopped playing games. I stopped watching movies, anime. I don't watch anything. I deleted my Instagram once and then I recreated as I'm leaving my school. So I don't want to lose my friends. So I recreated my Instagram and I don't waste things upon like anime games and playing. I wasting my time, which is not beneficial for me. Yes, and I would suggest like this is a skill which will pay you off. And as you know, like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates have learned this in a very young age. So this is something you should invest instead of playing games. And
Okay, that's great. So you removed all the distractions and focused on
yeah,
your goal, and that is a very helpful and important tip. So thank you for that. And with this, guys, I'm moving forward for my last question, and this is your last chance to ask questions from Kanesh. So do not miss it. If you have any queries, take this opportunity and ask that in the comment section. So the last question that I have for you is, what opportunities do you think Unreal hold for you in future?
Unreal developer is a very visionary guy. He would do his best to make the game engine best. He could bring Unreal to cloud so that it could support low engine, low end PC and also. And he have built an empire, and that means like you have Epic Store, Unreal engines, and Unreal 5 made some of the game house game studio to disk their own game in-house game engine for making games. I think Unreal holds a very bright side of future for me for making games. Or if I wanted to turn my passion into profession, it is a good choice to do.
Okay, that's great. So, you have high hopes that, Unreal would hold a very important part in the coming future in the game development industry, and that would be helpful for you, right? So, thank you so
Yeah,
much, Kanish, for joining me today, and thank you so much for, resolving all the queries from our viewers' side. And I hope most of the queries from our viewer side is resolved today, and you guys have enjoyed this session. And I would like to thank Kanishk and all on all of you guys behalf that he was here and he has helped us. So thank you so much, Kanishk, for that. So, Kanish, with this, uh, okay, so there is a small question from Meher first. We would end the session after this. Sometimes I feel bored with watching tutorials. So, what shall be done then?
Tutorials are boring. Once you should keep in mind. Once I learned, I'm gonna make something which will make me exciting more than the even more than if I've made a games. I still remember the old code which I wrote was very ugly, and I check a boolean if whether it's true or not instead of directly placing it. So that brings me a smile, and when I look back, so that brings me a smile on my face. So it's boring to learn a tutorials for probably like your tutorial learning a programming language could learn take 3 months, and trust me, I have even gone through that process. It's very
Okay.
boring. Once you learn it, you can make something that will make you exciting, so you just keep in mind that that
Okay, so
uh,
you should keep in mind the goal, and even if it's boring, you should just keep on going, right? Because you should think that ahead there is something that you would like, right? So that is that you have
and
a goal set in your mind, and then you watch the tutorials.
and if you follow a roadmap, this would not be boring, trust me.
Okay, great. Because in roadmap you have targets, right? And you need to
uh,
complete all the
when you will
targets.
put ticks on your the work you done accomplished, then you will be automatically motivated to go on to next.
Okay, that's great, and I hope it is very helpful for you, Meher. Thank you so much, Kanish, for joining us, and I hope you guys have enjoyed today's session. And with this, we would be ending this session. If you guys have enjoyed this session, make sure you click on the like button and you guys subscribe our channel for more videos and more webinars like this. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.